Jay, Charlie, and I will be picking a Zaxby's Restaurant Player of the Game, brought to you by Zaxby's in the Williamsburg Crossing Shopping Center. Great tasting chicken, it's Zaxby's. And it will be William & Mary ball to start our second half of play. And for that action, here's Jay and Charlie.
All right, Billy Mack, Charlie, quickly, you've circled 8 of 10 from the three-point line, and I don't see many more circles on your list there.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jay, when you shoot 80% from three, 62.5 from the floor, you don't need to circle many things out there. It's just like a rebounding. I said that's a fictitious statistic right now because they hadn't had any rebounds to get, so therefore we're out rebounding them.
Marcus
Tribe
Thornton
hadn't missed many shots.
Marcus Thornton inbounds to Brandon Britt, and the Tribe will get the ball here in the second half. Left side to Matt Rum, on the right side to Cal Gaylord. Right wing to Marcus Thornton, up top to Kyle. Georgia State putting on the pressure now in the second half. Matt Rum left wide open, and he makes it for the baseline. He is 4 for 4, and they're leaving them open so far, Charlie.
I'll tell you what, Ron Hunter is wringing his head.
41-27. Right side to R.J. Hunter, the coach's son, into the paint. A little runner, a soft touch by Hunter. It's up and good. He's got 7. 41-27, Tribes up by 14. Rum, Thornton into the corner, Britt for 3, baseline, good! Brandon Britt, and now Coach Hunter just turns his back on the action as if to say, I don't really want to watch this. 44-27, Atkins the other way. How many? It's set 17 for Brandon Britt, by the way. Richardson stops and pops from 17, no good. Kyle Gaylord with a rebound. Billy Mack, what are you saying?
Rum and Britt 9 for 9 from three-point range.
Well, let me say this, they're fast approaching an NCAA record from 3.
Marcus Thornton for 3. Charlie, keep on talking, baby. 47-27. Wow. And that's only 2 3-pointers by Thornton. And a foul going to be called on Brandon Britt as Devonta White was trying to dribble by him. Well, what is the NCAA? What's a William & Mary record? Let's break that one first.
I will promise you they're already at the William & Mary record.
You mean percentage-wise,
right,
not number.
I mean, they're
right.
at least in the upper 80s right now, probably.
Hunter out front to Travers. Travers on the right side to Hunter, guarded by Matt Rum, out to Travers. Angling to the right wing, backs it out of there. Left wing pass to Devonta White. Stops and pops for 3. Good. 47-29. Full court pressure. Brandon Britt in the back court. Brandon angling to the left side. Stutter step move. Now gets it across the timeline. Brandon Britt directing traffic. Left wing to Matt Rum. Lob it underneath the Rustoven. Back to Matt Rum. And underneath the Marcus Thornton driving layup. No good. Marcus hits the floor pretty hard. And Georgia State wants to run. Left wing Hunter into the paint. Into the corner. Open. Jumper. Baseline. No good. Rebound. Atkins. Layup. Good.
Tribe cannot ease up at the defensive end because they will not continue to hit 85% from 3.
Yeah.
I'll make that prediction.
47-34. Matt Rum out front. Right side to Gaylord. Kyle Gaylord to the hole. Left wing to Rum. Rum into the paint. And a whistle and a foul call on Georgia State.
And guys, the word on three-point shooting, the Tribe record is 75%, done back in 01 against ODU.
Thornton into the corner, Rum down low, Rustoven, ball knocked on the floor. Rustoven gets it back on the floor again, and they're really going for the ball, diving for it. And right now we have a timeout or a jump ball. Tribe ball as Georgia State man was on the line. Tribe gets a break there.
Yeah, it was. Manny Atkins had the ball, and he was sitting on the out-of-bounds line.
Rashad Richardson comes in for Georgia State.
And give them a new clock.
Tribe leading 47-34. It was 20 points a moment ago, but they've scored 7 in a row here. Rustoven out front, Thornton left side into the corner. Rum back out front to Britt, now to Marcus Thornton. Thornton angling to the right side. Stops and pops from 16, off the mark, no good. And the rebound to Kreider for Georgia State. Coming back with it is Devonta White. Behind the back dribble, out front, stops and pops for a 2-pointer. It's up and good.
You know, Jay, I think he's the most underrated point guard in this league. He and Devon Moore are 2 guys that don't get a lot of attention. Both are excellent.
Well, I got him on my top two. I got Devon Moore on my first team.
I think he's one of the best there.
Underneath into the corner, Brandon Britt for three. Brandon misses it. First miss of the evening for the Tribe's three-point man, Brandon Britt. 47-36, and the other way, a dunk by Kreider. Makes it a 47-38 game. So is that 11 points in a row for the
Yes, it is.
Georgia State Panthers?
You know they're not. The Tribe's not going to shoot that high percentage, and Georgia State's not going to miss that many shots. So they've got. William Mary's got to play solid defense.
Up top, Kyle Gaylord on the right side to Marcus Thornton. Thornton comes back to Britt, into the corner, Matt Rum for three. Off the mark, no good. Tip is up and no good by Gaylord. And the rebound to Georgia State. Devonta White into the front court. White stops and pops for three, blocked. Brandon Britt got the rebound. Thornton the other way, driving into the paint. Layup, no good. Ball knocked out of bounds. And it comes back to, it'll go to Georgia State. When we return, it'll be Georgia State basketball up 47-38. Back after this timeout on the William & Mary Bookstore Tribe Radio Network.
First up is Chelsea Elmore. Chelsea is majoring in kinesiology, and she's escorted by her parents, Susan and David, and sister Olivia. And captain Sarah Lilly. Sarah is a double major in mathematics and English and will be joining us again for grad school next fall. Sarah is escorted by her parents, Linda and Mike. Let's hear it for Chelsea and Sarah from the Tribal Dancers.
And we welcome you back courtside. 15:48 to go. Tribe on top, 47-38. This game brought to you in part by Optima Health, improving health every day, and by Berkeley Realty and Property Management. Professional management by professional people. Jay?
Well, Georgia State is on a whale of a run here to get this deficit down to 9 for the Panthers. Devonta White has been a big part of it. He has it. Now to Manny Atkins on the left wing. Into the corner to Devonta White, open for three. Back of the rim, front of the rim, rolls around, no good. Kyle Gaylord gets the rebound. And a foul going to be called on whom? Foul call on the Tribe.
Gaylord.
Yeah, Gaylord going over the back.
It'll be Georgia State ball. First foul on Kyle. Second team foul. They lob it into Kreider on the right side. Kreider penetrates, back out to Devonta White. Angling to the right side, right wing to Hunter. Stops and pops for three, good. And now the Georgia State Panthers are heating up. 47-41, what was a 20-point lead is now 6. 14 unanswered points. Bodner has the basketball out front. They beat a little bit of a press. With it is Thornton on the left side to Matt Rum. Lob it underneath to Kyle Gaylord, and a whistle and a foul call on Kreider, and they say a two-shot foul as Kyle Gaylord was going up for the dunk.
Bit of a break there.
I don't see how that can be a two-shot foul when you don't even catch the ball.
Third foul on Kreider.
I'll take it, but I don't understand it.
I agree with you, Charlie.
Kyle Gaylord to our right. The left-hander's first free throw is up and good. So that breaks how many?
They 18:33 to 15:01, so 3 minutes, basically 3.5 minutes.
48-41.
14-point run.
Yeah, second shot no good, and the rebound to R.J. Hunter. Tribe up by 7, Georgia State with the ball. 14:57 to play. White out front. Into the lane he goes, spinning down the lane, off the front of the rim, no good. Rebound, Atkins, layup, no good. Rebound, tipped around, controlled by Kreider, out to Hunter for three. Good.
That's the worst thing could happen, to get back out to Hunter, because he's on a roll right now.
48-44, a 4-point lead. Bodner in the backcourt. 14.5 to play. Bounce pass on the left side to Rum. Over here to Thornton on the right wing. Back to Matt Rum. Left wing to Julian Boatner. Boatner up top to Thornton. Thornton thought about a long three. Passed it up. Left wing to Boatner. Right side to Rum. Rum double teamed as he backs it out of there into the corner to Cal Gaylord. Gaylord back to Rum on the left wing to Marcus Thornton with 7 on the shot clock. Marcus into the paint. Bounce pass underneath. Gaylord. Layup good. And he is fouled by Manny Atkins. That's a nice pass from Thornton to Gaylord.
3 fouls on Atkins.
Yep, that's 3.
Yeah.
Sean Sheldon in for Fred Heldring.
That's a nice play by Marcus that time. Good cut by Kyle Gaylord.
Gaylord's free throw in the air, good. 3-point play, and it's a 51-44 ball game. Tribe back up by 7.
That's the kind of baskets the Tribe's got to get now, because Georgia State's going to close out on this 3-point line a little bit.
Devonta White on the left side to Hunter. Nice job defensively by Matt Rum. On the right side, White into the paint. Nothing there for him. Now Kreider. Kreider trying to penetrate to the paint, driving layup, no good. Rebound Manny Atkins twisting in the lane, and the layup is no good, and a foul call on Kyle Gaylord.
Georgia State's intensity levels up about 3 points over the first half. They're really going after the offensive boards right now.
Free throw by Atkins is up in the air, off the mark, no good. Atkins, an 83%er, their best free throw shooter they got. Missed the first one.
He's 1 for 3 from the line. Their 55% shooter is 2 for 2.
Rustoven and Tarpey in, so Boatner, Britt, Rustoven, Tarpey, and Gaylord in the game with the Tribe right now. 13:39 to play. Second shot in the air, front of the rim, no good. 0 for 2.
1 for 4.
Britt, right side to Terry Tarpey into the front court. Terry double team. Pass on the left side to Brandon Britt. Brandon trying to penetrate. Bounce pass left wing now to Boatner. High post pass to Rustoven underneath Tarpey. Driving layup. Good. Rustoven to Tarpey.
That's good execution now. The Tribe is trying to run their offense, get easy shots.
53-44. Tribe's up by 9. Travers on the right wing to Rashad Richardson. Richardson penetrates into the paint. A 15-footer is up and good. He might have been hit from the rear by Julian Boatner, but he made the bucket anyway, and it's 53-46.
Brandon appears to be hurt too, Jay.
Marcus Kreider in for Manny Atkins. Julian Boatner in to Brandon Britt. Brandon, how many does Brandon have in the game?
Brandon looks like he might have pulled a groin out there a little bit, Jay.
Brandon Britt, right side to Boatner. Boatner, high post bounce pass to Rustoven, back to Boatner. Boatner will bring it out, set it up. Left wing to Brandon Britt. Brandon Britt trying to penetrate, can't. Left wing now to Tarpey, high post to Rustoven into the paint, down the lane. Tough shot off the front of the rim, no good. Tip, no good, and out of bounds, and it belongs back to Georgia State.
Georgia State's done a good job on Tim. Of course, you got to lay on the guy that weighs 260. That's pretty tough out there. Of course, he's out of the ball game right now.
Gaylord, Marcus Thornton into the ball game for Julian Boatner. 53-46. Travers into the front court. Travers on the left wing hands that ball to Hunter, R.J. Hunter. Guarded by Terry Tarpey, freshman versus freshman here. Rustoven comes out and picks him up high. Left wing now to Rashad Richardson. Underneath, that should be a Smith, a little hook shot, no good. The rebound comes out to Kyle Gaylord. Tribe leading by 7 with the ball. 12-12 left. Marcus Thornton gets a pick. Now reverses his dribble, goes back the other way to Brandon Britt. High post to Kyle Gaylord. Follow away 18-footer. Good!
That's what I like to see right there. Catch the ball down there and stop and shoot your little jump shot. Good job by Kyle Gaylord.
Yeah, I said 18. It was actually about 12 feet away. High arc made it 18 feet. 55-46. Travers on the right side to R.J. Hunter, right wing, reverses his dribble into the paint, down the lane, turnaround shot, no good, and the rebound to William & Mary. Marcus Thornton into the front court. Marcus working that ball between the circles, backing it out of there, angling to the left side, now with a pick. Bounce pass on the right side to Brandon Britt. Britt back to Marcus Thornton, thought about a three-pointer. Marcus into the paint, down the lane. Tough shot off the glass. Oh my, what a play by the outstanding sophomore for the Tribe, Marcus Thornton. And R.J. Hunter falls to the turf. I don't know if they called a timeout or not. Bill, what did you see?
Hunter stumbled on his ankle, twisted it under him a little bit, and he came up holding his leg.
He's a frustrated young man right now, Charlie. He was arguing with the officials after the last non-call. He has not had a good night, and the potential Rookie of the Year is being helped by their trainer. Timeout on the floor. The Tribe's up by 11. Back after this timeout on the William & Mary Bookstore Tribe Radio Network.
Johnson, William Langley, and Allie Bayer. Thank you to the Pep Band Seniors for all of your Tribe pride.
Back to action. Tom Shaw has reported in for the Tribe. Kyle Gaylord getting a break. It's Georgia State ball. Here's Jay.
Tribe's up by 11, 57-46. Their biggest lead has been 20 in the ball game. Travers across the timeline on the left side to White. Devonta White into the left corner baseline to Rashad Richardson. Back out to Devonta White for Georgia State. And a whistle, foul called on Rustoven for coming out, popping out, and trying to stop the ball player. R.J. Hunter with 13. Come alive a little bit in the second half, but he has been frustrated for most of the night. And right now he's on the bench. Travers up top to Richardson. Left wing to Devonta White. White in between the circles to Travers. Travers on the right side to Manny Atkins along that baseline. Stops his dribble. Out front to Travers with 17 on the shot clock. Travers on the left wing to Richardson. Richardson out front to Travers with 11 on the shot clock. He into the lane. Reverse layup by Travers is up and in. He came in and played a heck of a 4 or 5 minutes in the first half, Charlie.
I tell you, he's a good basketball player. That's a great move down the lane.
Yeah, it was Thornton-esque. Brandon Britt into the front court. Bounce pass on the left side to Tom Schalk. Schalk along that baseline. Cut off. Bounce pass to Tim Rustoven. Tim out front to Marcus Thornton. Marcus on the right wing to Perry Tarpey. Tarpey into the high post underneath the Schalk from Rustoven. Underneath to Terry Tarpey. Tarpey goes up for the shot, and he's hammered. He'll have 2 free throws coming.
I think that's on Atkins too, isn't it?
Yep.
That's
no,
Kreider's fourth.
Kreider, okay.
They got Tarpey across the bridge of the nose. He was feeling that one.
You know what? And he says that wasn't him. It was 23. But I think the coach would rather have it on 33 than 23.
That's another one I'm amazed getting a shooting foul.
Tarpey. Eyes it. Free throw. No good. Well, I was just going to say that's not all good. Terry is, well, he's better than I thought. 69% this year from the free throw line. Now 20 of 30, so he's 67%.
I've seen 2 shot or fouls called on shooters that neither one of them had the ball in the hand.
Right. Tarpey was passing it to Rustoven.
Tarpey's free throw, back of the rim, no good. And the long rebound to Travers. Tribe still up by 9. Georgia State with the ball. Travers between the circles will back it out and set it up. The left wing now to Atkins, gives that ball to R.J. Hunter. Hunter gets a pick. Now into the lane he goes. Right side of Travers into the corner now. With it is Devonta White. Follow a 16-footer, no good. And Brandon Britt goes after that rebound hard and gets it. Marcus Thornton the other way. Marcus into the corner to Schalk. Back to Thornton. Thornton on the left side to Brandon Britt. Britt on the left wing to Terry Tarpey. Tarpey gets that ball out to Marcus Thornton with 17 on the shot clock into the corner to Schalk. Tries to penetrate, can't. In some trouble, and a traveling violation call on Tom Schalk. 9:23 left. Kyle Gaylord comes in for Schalk. 57-48. Tribe still leading by 9. Georgia State's made a great comeback in the second half, and the Tribe trying to thwart it right now. Travers into the front court. Travers between the circles with a bounce, angling to the right side. Gives that basketball to R.J. Hunter. Left wing to Richardson along that baseline. Into the corner, knocked away by Tarpey out of bounds. That rum in for Terry Tarpey.
It's a good defensive play by Tarpey. He cut off that cross-court pass very well.
Well, Matt Rum has done an excellent job on their leading scorer, Hunter, tonight. He's got some points, but he's earned every one of them. Travers, however, for 3, no good. And the rebound and a foul going to be called on Tim Rustoven. He was trying to block out Smith. He hit the floor, and he's called for the foul. Sean Sheldon will come in for him.
You know, Bill, I think they might have given Atkins that foul because they...
I'll check and see as soon as we get stats back up.
And what are they checking now? Tim Rustoven went to the floor and was called for the foul, so they're going to check back.
They're going to see if he got hit above the shoulders when a guy threw him down.
Huh.
I tell you, I think they got to revisit this rule, Jay. I just don't like the rule, and I think it takes time out of the flow of the game.
And evidently, whatever it was deemed okay. I don't see any excessive fouls called, or they being called after the play. But right now, it will be Smith. No, it's not a non-shooting foul, so it's a Georgia State ball to our left. Rashad Richardson, I'm sorry. And a foul going to be called, an illegal pick away from the ball against Georgia State. That might have been a little makeup right there, because I didn't see the foul called on Rustoven. Was kind of strange to me. And that one, they were barely moving. Try ball.
I don't know who it was on.
I don't either.
It was on LaRon Smith.
Left wing, Matt Rum, high post, Kyle Gaylord into the corner. Ball knocked away by Smith, goes out of town. By Hunter.
Caught Dave Burnt right in the face.
That's nice. Hunter went over and apologized to him. He didn't mean it.
Brandon Britt to our right. They inbound the basketball. Got to get it in to Marcus Thornton up top. Marcus double teamed, angling to the left side, left wing into the lane, down the lane. Tough pass underneath with that basketball, knocked out of bounds. And it stays with the Tribe. Sean Sheldon had it, but it was knocked out of bounds. Tribe ball was 17 on the shot clock. Tribe's leading by 9. Kyle Gaylord trying to penetrate into the lane. Little runner up and no good, and he is fouled by Georgia State. Now number 1, they say, LaRon Smith.
Picked up a couple in very quick time.
They go to the Sun Belt next year, Charlie, this Georgia State team?
Yep.
And Old Dominion goes to
USA, Conference USA.
All right, just a test. Just a test as we say goodbye to all these teams.
I'll give you a quick test. Tell me 5 teams in Conference USA.
I can. We talked about it on Saturday. There's some higher ups at Old Dominion couldn't even do that. Gaylord's first free throw was good. His second one rolls around and nestles home. Got the home course roll. Speaking of home course, this game brought to you by the Williamsburg National. 2 outstanding courses, the Jamestown and the Yorktown on Centerville Road in Williamsburg. More on the web at WNGC.com. High post, Hunter goes around his man to the hole, driving layup good. 59-50, Tribe's up by 9 with 8:22 to play. into the front court. 15 for Hunter, by the way, Thornton. So he's going to get his average, one would think, but he's earned it tonight. Right side to Thornton. Thornton on the right side to Britt, into the corner. High post to Sheldon. Underneath, driving layup, good! Nice play by the young freshman Sean Sheldon from Traverse City, Michigan. White into the front court. Hands that basketball to R.J. Hunter on the left wing. Hunter on the right side. That's Atkins into the paint, into the corner. Richardson for three. In and out, no good. Rebound, Devonta White. Ball knocked away by Brandon Britt, nearly stole. But Brandon has been in the right place at the right time all night long. 7:42 to play. It's the Tribe 61 and Georgia State 50. Back after this timeout on the William & Mary Bookstore Tribe Radio Network. Charlie Willem, Bill McDonald, Blair Haley back at the studio. The Tribe's up by 11, 61 to 50. Charlie, the Tribe had a 20-point lead. Georgia State cut it to, I think, 4. Got a little squeamish around here, but the Tribe's done a good job responding.
Well, they have, and the thing is, you knew they were not going to continue to hit 85% of the threes, but they've made some good shots. They've run some good offense the second half of getting back into the flow of the game. Richardson
hands that ball to R.J. Hunter on the right wing, guarded by Rum. Hunter stops and pops for a long three, no good. Rustover with a clear out and the rebound. Into the front court, Marcus Thornton. Left side to Britt, into the corner now to Rum. Rum backs out of there to Brandon Britt. Brandon on the left hash mark, gives the ball to Matt Rum. Rum bringing it out, stopped his dribble, got to get rid of it. They get on him pretty tight. The timeout called by the senior captain. I don't know if he was told to call the timeout or just sensed that was a good time to do it. And Coach Hunter really in his son's face across the way.
He's been there most of the night, Jack.
Among other places. 7:04 left, Bill. You have some scores.
Caught up on some scores. The only other CAA game tonight, Drexel on top of Hofstra, 42-30 with 16 minutes to go in that ball game. A game just down the road from here, Hampton trailing Norfolk State by a score of 46-36. That's about 12 minutes to go in that ball game. Bucknell leading Lehigh 43-37, 11:47 to go there. And Notre Dame has taken the lead over Pittsburgh. They lead 31-28, 13 minutes to go in the second half there. Iona on top of Fairfield, 50-47.
All right, Bill, let's take a quick timeout. Tribe up by 11. Back after this on the William & Mary Bookstore Tribe Radio Network. Discretion there. We decided to bring it back since we took that break a little bit late, so we'll get those next commercial break in at the 4-minute mark. Marcus Thornton out front. Left side to Kyle Gaylord into the corner. Run, bounce pass down low to Rustoven, and Tim goes up for a tough shot, up and good. He kept that left pivot foot down nicely, didn't he?
Good job.
8 points for Tim. Travers into the front court. Tribe up by 13. Left wing now. Ball knocked away by Brandon Britt. Stolen by Brandon. Brandon left side to Marcus Thornton into the paint. He is fouled, and he will go to the free throw line for 2. But And Brandon Britt goes over and plays with Coach Tony Shaver. Now, Coach Shaver and Brandon have had an interesting relationship this year. There have been times both guys may have been avoiding one another at times on the floor, but tonight he went over and kind of gave Tony kind of a mock high five. Both men are very happy with the way Brandon Britt's playing tonight. Thornton's free throw is up and good. But coaches and point guards have interesting relationships, don't they, Charlie?
The point guard is an extension of the coach on the floor, and that's what he's trying to get through the point guards.
It really is the point. That's what you want that point guard to think like you at all times.
That's exactly right.
10 points for Marcus Thornton. He makes a couple of free throws, 65-50.
Try back up by 15 now.
Devonta White, right side to Atkins, hands that basketball to Rashad Richardson. Richardson into the paint. Nope, he stopped short. Ball knocked away by Rustover. Picked up by Matt Rum. Tribes forcing some turnovers. Right side, Marcus Thornton. Marcus will back it out and set it up. Right side pass to Kyle Gaylord. Up top to Matt Rum. Rum angling to the right wing. Rum bounce pass down low to Kyle Gaylord. Gaylord trying to penetrate. Up top to Brandon Britt. Right side now to Matt Rum. Matt Rum, left wing to Brandon Britt, trying to penetrate. Back out to Rum with 10 on the shot clock. Now Rustover at the high post. Got to hurry. Rustover into the paint, into the corner to Rum. Follow away three. Good! Oh my! Brandon Britt from the baseline. How many's he got, Billy Mack?
He's got 20.
Tell you what, he is on an absolute roll. He's what we call being in a zone.
68-50. The Tribes up by 18 again. Hunter. Right side jumper, Atkins no good. Rebound, Rustoven on the floor. And now Devonta White picks it up underneath there. Bounce pass blocked away and out of bounds. It stays with Georgia State, I think. 5:25 to play. Tribes up 68-50 over one of the hottest teams in this league, Georgia State, who just fresh off a victory over, George Mason?
By 18.
Up top to White. White angling to the right side, into the paint, down the lane. Good pass underneath to Atkins. He goes in for a stuff. Thornton inbounds to Matt Rum, and
let's go put Matt on the line, 1-1.
Yeah. Tribe leading 68-52. Charlie, as good as the Tribe has been offensively over the last 4 or 5 ball games, and it really goes back to that loss. I'm trying to think when that loss, well, certainly that loss versus Northeastern when the Tribe scored 64 points. James Madison scored 71. Tribe's free throw is in the air, good by Matt Rum. But tonight, it's just been wild in terms of those three-pointers.
Well, it has been, Jay, but when Georgia State started making his comeback, I think the Tribe did a better job at the defensive end. They didn't allow as many second shots. At the offensive end, they ran their offense and got some easy shots, which really, I think, was crucial in breaking the game back open to a double-figure lead.
And Matt Rum with 14. So 3 guys at least in double figures for the Tribe, Billy Mack.
Yeah, at least. I'll get a check in a minute.
Devonta White fouled by Marcus Thornton.
I agree with Marcus. I think he got pushed off that time.
Second foul on Marcus. 5:09 left. Tribe's up by 18. Georgia State's Devonta White into the front court. We will not be facing this bunch in the playoffs in the tournament because they're not invited. So this will be the final game in a long, long time between these two programs.
Maybe eternity.
Tribe does lead the series 7-6. Ball was knocked out of bounds off of Georgia State, by the way. Tribe ball on the turnover. Boatner into Marcus Thornton. Thornton angling to the left and now to the right. He'll give it across the timeline. Thornton will set it up. Left side to Boatner. Boatner into the corner. Rum open for 3. Fires it up there. No good. Long rebound goes out of bounds. Last touch by Tim Rustover. Next up for the Tribe, a week off. Got a game on Saturday afternoon, 4 o'clock. Tony Shaver will be at the Cove tomorrow at noon. The Cove Restaurant on Strawberry Plains Road for Tuesdays with Tony underneath Kreider. Layup good. A couple of easy buckets, Charlie. for Georgia State.
Too easy.
70-54. Thornton, left side to Boatner. Double teamed out there. Bounce pass high post to Rustoven. Back to Boatner. Left wing bounce pass to Rum. They double team him. Stops his dribble. Right side to Thornton with 17 on the shot clock. Bounce pass on the right elbow now to Gaylord. Up top, threw it away. Whistle, foul called on Boatner. Foul call on Boatner, and it's
That's still not the
one.
bonus. Oh, yeah, I guess it is. That's the 7th.
Yep. 1-1 for R.J. Hunter.
R.J. Hunter at the foul line, shooting 1 and 1.
They've scored 4 in a row, and they're trying to make it 6 unanswered with Hunter at the free throw line. First 1-and-1 opportunity, no good, and the rebound to Kyle Gaylord. This is a very good shooting free throw team, and they've not done a good job tonight. Talking about Georgia State. Rum on the right side. Rum into the lane or near there. Stops his dribble. Bounce pass back out to Marcus on the right side to Kyle Gaylord. Gaylord between the circles. Now to Marcus Thornton. Thornton bounce pass on the left wing to Boatner underneath the Rustoven. Turnaround shot off the glass. No good. Rebound Gaylord. Saved it in as he was going out of bounds to Rashad Richardson. Bounce pass underneath the Kreider. Can't get the shot off. Ball knocked away by Marcus Thornton on the left side. That's Atkins for 3, no good, and a foul called on Tim Rustover.
That'll do it, won't it, Bill?
That's 3 on him.
Oh, that's only
That's 4.
4,
Four,
okay.
yeah.
I thought
We have a timeout. Our final, that'll do it for the media timeouts. 3:36 remaining. So far, so good at the cap. It's the Tribe 70 and the Panthers 54. Back after this timeout on the William & Mary Bookstore Tribe Radio Network.
And 12 of 17 from three-point range and 73%, 8 of 11 from the free throw line. Jay?
Atkins to our left. Charlie, to your point about the Tribe adjusting offensively, Atkins' first free throw is no good. They're still shooting in a high percentage of three-point, but they've not taken nearly as many in the second half as they did in the first.
They haven't, but they also adjusted to the fact that they were closing out of the three-point lines, ran offense, got a lot of easy shots under the basket.
Atkins' free throw, no good. Sheldon with a rebound.
As Atkins, a great foul shooter. He's missed one for five.
He's 1 for 6, yeah.
So.
Marcus Thornton into the front court. Bounce pass on the left side to Brandon Britt. Brandon sliced between a couple of defenders, and a jump ball going to be called. Probably ill-advised bouncing of the ball between the two Georgia State defenders. Turnover to Georgia State. 3:24 left. 70-54. David Travers into the front court. Left wing Atkins. Ball knocked away from him, picked up by Kreider. Back out now to Travers for Georgia State, angling to the right side, right wing, into the paint, gets his man in the air, fall away 12-footer, good. I don't see why he's not playing more. Of course, he's got Devonta White in front of him.
Yeah.
I guess that's why.
They got good guards, Jay. We said that before the ball game started.
Bounce pass to Rum on the right. Backs out of there with it. Going to be double team in a moment. Stops his dribble with a bounce pass to Kyle Gaylord. Back to Rum. Rum on the left side to Marcus Thornton. Marcus back to Rum on the right with 15 on the shot clock. Underneath the Brandon Britt. Underneath the Sean Sheldon from Kyle Gaylord. Sean couldn't hang on to the pass. Travers the other way. Hunter R.J. Hunter gets a pick, angling on the left. Spin move underneath. Kreider with a dunk. Timeout, Coach Hunter. As I mentioned, the next game for the Green and Gold will be at George Mason coming in on Saturday. That's a 4 o'clock game up at GMU. Our pregame show beginning at 3:30. The George Mason Patriots, who will play at Hofstra in the middle of the week, right now are 8-6 and 15-11 overall. Charlie, is it safe to say that this is a one-bid league this year?
I would say yes, it's safe to say that, yeah.
And I would think, unless it is Northeastern, this league could be the play-in game as well. But a lot of shots have to go up before that decision is
And
made.
you know, usually quite a few teams with not too good of records will be involved in that play.
That Rum to our left into Brandon Britt with 2:25 to play. Brandon walking it across the timeline with a bounce pass on the left side to Marcus Thornton. Marcus back to Brandon, back to Marcus. Marcus bouncing it back to Brandon Britt. In the left wing now to Matt Rum. Rum double team, now slicing it with a dribble and taken away from him, and a foul called on Georgia State.
Marcus got hit in the nose.
And a nice touch, R.J. Hunter, the freshman, comes over and sees how Thornton is and gives him a little tap on the shoulder. I don't know if he accidentally did it or he just saw it done, but nonetheless, it was a nice touch by R.J. Hunter to see how the star for the Tribe, Marcus Thornton, was doing. Matt Rum to our right with a 1-and-1, first of which is good. 71-58, 2:05 left. Second shot in the air, good. 72-58. Tribe's up by 14. David Travers will get the ball into the front court on the left side to Atkins. Atkins left wing to Rashad Richardson, guarded by Brandon Britt. Now to R.J. Hunter. Hunter goes by his man into the paint, down the lane. Charging foul on Hunter. Out of control.
That's good defense that time by the Tribe.
72-58, 1:54 to play. Tribe with a big 14-point lead. Their biggest lead has been 20. Of course, they led at halftime by 11. Tribe's done an excellent job tonight. Marcus Thornton, bounce pass on the left side to Brandon Britt. Left wing now to Matt Rum. Rum out front, bouncing it, stops his dribble. Lob pass on the right side to Marcus Thornton. Marcus high post pass, threw it away. Georgia State has it. Travers, right side, on that baseline underneath, ball knocked away. Pop it back out to Travers on the right side. Long jumper, three-pointer. Rashad Richardson, no good. Tip, no good. And the long tip comes out to Travers for three with a hand in his face. No good. Tip, no good. Tip again, no good. Atkins still has the ball underneath there. Layup, good. Timeout. Coach Ron Hunter. With 1:15 to play, it's now a 12-point game. And, of course, Charlie, you've been around this game in a while as a head coach. You are not the one very even iota given up on if you're Georgia State, not giving up. If you're Coach Shaver, you're concerned.
Well, of course, I mean, it's a 4-possession game, but I think the Tribe's in pretty good shape. They just can't afford to throw the ball away quickly. And they must make their free throws because they're going to start fouling pretty quickly.
And Georgia State's getting much more aggressive on the offensive boards. Tribe's going to have to try to do a bit better job of blocking out.
Well, you know, right now, too, Bill, Georgia State players are frustrated. They're getting easy shots and missing them. They're getting shots they normally make and not making them. So consequently, they're frustrated out there. It's very hard to come back when you're a frustrated basketball team.
Ball inbounded to Marcus Thornton in the backcourt. A little full court pressure here. So Ron Hunter will token pressure versus Marcus Thornton. Marcus across the timeline with a nice quick move around his defender. Out to Brandon Britt. Bounce pass to Matt Rum. Back out to Marcus Thornton. Thornton slices the defenders. The ball knocked away from him. Ball goes out of bounds. Stays with the Tribe. And Coach Shaver says to Marcus, as if to say, Marcus, you don't have to be quite that trickery.
The thing is, if they're going to foul, they want to foul at the early stages of the shot clock, not the late stages.
Thornton inbounds to Brandon Britt. Back to Marcus Thornton. Thornton with 11 on the shot clock, stops his dribble. They're not fouling.
Well, I don't think they want to foul this possession, but they're going to have to foul from this possession on.
Marcus Thornton lobbed it underneath. Actually, it was a shot that was blocked. Lobbed it underneath to Tim Rustoven, who makes the layup and is fouled.
Between you, me, and a fence post, Marcus Thornton got fouled. He almost took his arm off.
So Tim Rustoven will try to get a three-point play. He's got 10. Rusty's free throw, good. 75-60 with 41 seconds remaining. David Travers into the front court. The Tribe's going to win 3 in a row for the first time in quite some time, Billy Mack. On the right side into the corner. That's Rashad Richardson, a three-pointer. It's up and good. Way back in November and then again in December for the Tribe. Had a couple of 4-game winning streaks. Thornton across the timeline. Marcus being chased. I don't think Georgia State wants to foul.
Let it go.
The Tribe's going to win this ball game. The shot clock is off. William and Mary will win it 75-63 as Marcus Thornton will dribble it out and send Georgia State packing back to Atlanta. The final score, the Tribe of William and Mary 75 and the Panthers of Georgia State 63. We'll come back for our post game after this timeout on the William and Mary Bookstore Tribe Radio Network. All right,